Well, it's been a long week. It's definitely been a long night. Definitely a long 2 days. But as you can see, we got a couple new pups. One girl, that's a girl there. She's a blue fawn, white feet and white chest. This is a male. He's probably gonna be a little smaller. He's got black feet, white feet, and white chest, and everything. Muscular. And that's mom came home. But they're doing good, real healthy. As it turns out, the ultrasounds were probably correct. There was only about 3. Close the door. I got a couple more dogs in this other room. Each ultrasound we did showed about 3 pups, and we had one at about 30 days. We had an ultrasound, and she said she's seen 2 pups, and maybe seen another one, kind of stashed back up in there. This girl here, she's definitely a wanderer. She is always away from mom. And we went to he's Gladstone there. We went to animal clinic on I think it was the 1st. And I thought that we were in the window. I thought we were about 2 days from labor, so I took her up there, and we ended up being at an 8 on the reverse progesterone, and we needed to be at a 2. When they're at a 2, then that's how you'll know that they're within 48 hours of delivery. We weren't at 2. We were at 8. So we came back home, and I kind of set this little place up just in case she went in the middle of the night or something like that. I wasn't understanding that the weekend was coming, and it was a Labor Day weekend. Didn't figure that part in. But anyway, she went the next day, no signs. And then the next day was Saturday. It's the weekend. We couldn't get her in there then, because I was thinking she'd maybe deliver on Monday. So I think, well, okay, first thing Monday morning, I'll get up and take her in there. And, of course, got up Monday morning. It was Labor Day, and the vet was closed. And she ended up going into labor at about 2 o'clock that afternoon. And it was pretty much done. I looked and looked and looked. I did find a place, but they wanted $4,500 for the scenario, C-section, so we opted out of that. And she did deliver these 2 naturally. Now, I was very worried when she got it delivered because we only seen 2 pups, and I was pretty sure that even though the ultrasound said we had 3, I was pretty sure that we were going to have 4 pups in there at least. She always had 4 pups, and this is her 3rd litter. It's probably her last litter too. This litter's from her and Domino. But anyway, I thought that there was a couple more in there. When I did my exam on them, I kind of felt like there was going to be at least another one in there. So I was very nervous that there was something stopping them up. Maybe there's a water baby in there, or pup too big to pass. The second pup was a little too big for her to birth by herself. I had to help her with that. See this dog, she's a wanderer. That's what I told you. She ain't even 2 days old, and she just won't stay home already. She will be exploring. This boy though, he's like, no, I'm staying with mama. But soon as she gets a little bit, she's gone. But anyway, we called emergency vet. Oh. Normally, if there's when they're in labor, the pups should come about every 30 minutes to an hour. I say an hour. And I have that mostly on my calendars. I like to mark the time that they're born and each pup. And I can go back and look at it. And mostly it's an hour between each pup being born. So when we got to be 4 or 5 hours, that's when I was pretty upset about it. But we ended up going up. First thing this morning, we got up and we went in. They did the ultrasound. Well, first we did an x-ray. And we couldn't find anything. Ultrasound, we didn't find any heartbeat or anything like that. So we're pretty sure that these were the only two, and we did not do the C-section. There was a third, but it must have been the first, and it must have not been fully developed. And I think that's as far as I'm gonna go into it. But when we get the ultrasound, there was something in her stomach. That's as far as I'll go into it. But there was no need to do a C-section. We just had these two pups. We came on home. So she did deliver everybody. She did a good job. And she is a good mom. She is taking care of the pups. We just did not have a big litter this time. But we have people on the waiting list waiting for this. This is a girl and a boy. We're going to get the Encompass test done on them. We already got an Encompass test done on Domino. That's the dad. And we'll go from there. This is one of the hard parts of being a breeder, man. There's some tough things in this, and if you want to be a breeder, you got to take all of this. But I had to be prepared. I was prepared. If it was going to take whatever amount to do a C-section and do whatever emergency we need to do, I was prepared to get up, and that's what we're going to do. I kind of think if we wasn't for Labor Day, if we wouldn't have mispredicted on that, I could have got her in there that Monday morning and it would have been okay. But she was able to deliver. I think I'm going to retire her, though. This is her third litter. She's never really had more than 4 pups. I'm retired Black Widow. Black Widow is on her 4th litter. She should have some pups in about a week. I need to take her in and get an x-ray and see if we can get an accurate puppy count on her. So I'm a little bit curious now on how she's progressing. She doesn't look as big as I think that she should look. So we're going to go check that out too. But definitely that's her last litter. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be Pearl's last litter. She's just not having the best of luck with it. But she is producing some amazing pups. She did produce Big Shirley. She did produce Jackie. The 2 boys that she just produced looking amazing. Onyx is looking amazing. Romeo is looking amazing. They have different names, but that's what I'm calling them. So she has made some legendary pups. I'm trying to think, yeah, that was the first 2 litters. First litter was all girls. Yeah, first litter was all girls. Black Cherry was in that litter. So yeah, she's produced some nice litters, and she did good. These 2 pups already have real good muscle tone. All the fingers and toes, all the toes. I can't say fingers and toes. All the toes on every feet, on every paw. Full tails, good muzzle, no bad palates, nothing out of place. 2 healthy, good looking pups. I was really wanting one like the color domino. I thought we'd get about 2 that color and 2 blue fawn and black. But they got some common blood in it. We line bred off of Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson is this same blue fawn color, so that's probably gonna pop up in each breed. We ain't upset about that. But we finally got it done. We finally got back to the house. We have no problems. As you can see, everybody's happy and healthy. And as you can hear, they're out there riding 4-wheelers up down the street again, making all this racket. I sound like an old man, I know. This is it. It's a good night. Long night. Very long night. Took the best of both of us. We pulled it off though. Took the best of us. But we pulled it off. And when it's a small litter like that, the pups really do end up very fat and healthy. So there's some upsides to it. She had 2 pups out of her last litter too. The last litter, she had 2 pups overnight that didn't survive. One wasn't all the way developed, and we had to go get an emergency C-section in the morning. The same way, she never times it right. But we got the emergency C-section last time. We saved the 2 pups. But unfortunately, this time, this is all the pups we had. So I'm proud of her. She did a good job. She even did a good job at the vet this morning and let everything get checked out. And she was good with the vets. Shout out to Wood Lake Animal Hospital. They were good with us, man. Really pulled us on in. I won't mention a couple places that wasn't. Yeah, shout out to We Woke Animal Clinic. That's where we went and got the first progesterone done. But Wood Lake really helped us out this morning. This is part of breeding. But we happy we got two healthy ones. 2 healthy ones. It could be worse. She's a real good mama. She would not let them get a spot of dirt on them. She clean them all day, every day. We gotta get this next litter ready. Have one more litter before the end of the year. One more litter within the next week, hopefully. So you got a little bit more time to come off the bench and get you some hard cut. Get some.